just go ahead and do that.
Three, two, one. We have a liftoff.
What's up? Move this real quick. None of y'all business where I'm going. None of y'all business where I'm going. What's the word? What's the vibe? Happy football Saturday. College football Saturday. Got some big games today. Really big. Yesterday. Hold on. Let me get these out the way. Hold on. Okay. So yesterday, we had talked about college games and what's the big games today. Alabama, Wisconsin. Alabama, Wisconsin. I was saying if Wisconsin could get up on Alabama early, then I like the chances of Wisconsin. But I really doubt that they will get up on them early. I'm just saying, I'm thinking wishful thinking. Let's just say that. I'm thinking wishful thinking, okay? I like LSU and South Carolina. I like that game. It's at South Carolina, Rockin' Stadium. Heard that was one of the loudest stadiums in college football. Probably LSU showed some fight when they played A&M, but then they lost. No, not A&M. Who'd they just lose to? Let me look, because I know they're 1-1, and Brian Kelly had that stupid ass look on his face. Let me see their football schedule. Let me see. USC. It was USC, excuse me, when they lost to USC and they just smashed Nichols. And I want to see the box score. Let me see. Nichols was scoring every quarter except for the fourth when they finally turned it up. It looks like they couldn't stop the run game. Running back had over 200 yards rushing, or the team had over 200 yards rushing just about, and had 2 rushing touchdowns. Yo, what's up, Brody? So then I do like South Carolina in this matchup. It's a home game for South Carolina. It's a big game. I think that young freshman quarterback is probably going to carve that defense up with his legs. He's big. That nigga's like 6'6". He's 6'6", 250. That quarterback. Hey, Ron, what's up, my guy? Yeah, quarterback is huge. That quarterback is big, and he's a freshman. So I don't know what alien specimen and where they found him at, but I just think that that's going to be a good game. I don't think LSU and Brian Kelly are going to find too much success together. Not this year, at least. I don't think it's going to happen for them this year. I think it'll definitely be a tough year for LSU. Just being that they have a good quarterback. They have a really good quarterback, don't get me wrong. I just don't see their defense holding up as much as we would like for them to hold up. Then that brings me on to the next couple of games for the day. Oregon versus Oregon State. We're going to curb stomp Oregon State, even though I wouldn't put it past Oregon State to put up a couple points with that new offense that they have and their new coach. But I do expect us to curb stomp them. So shout out to Oregon. No disrespect to Oregon. Well, no, all disrespect to Oregon State. I ain't going to lie to you. I do not bang with y'all. We got really a lot to talk about because there's a lot of stuff going on. Dismiss. And then we got Colorado. The night game, the biggest night game is what I'm really want to talk about is this Colorado versus Colorado State game. We know everybody's gonna be watching that game. Georgia and Kentucky, nobody's watching that game. Only if you're only watching that game if you're a Georgia fan. That's the only reason why you're watching that game. And I do like Georgia. I think Georgia is a really good team. I really do like Georgia, but I'm not watching that game. That's gonna be such a one-sided game. Kentucky just got smoked by South Carolina last weekend. So if you think that they're gonna be any better versus the number one team in the nation, nah. They did just have a player get arrested though. What's up with Georgia and these athletes? They need to stop giving these niggas cars because these niggas got. How many athletes came out of Georgia with reckless driving in the last like 3-4 years? This dude just got arrested for reckless driving. You know, it's crazy. I like seeing Tennessee at number 7 versus Kent State. I'm not watching that game though. Kansas State smoked Arizona last night. I said I liked Arizona in that game. Arizona is getting exposed. Maybe that first game versus New Mexico was just a little teaser. But Arizona definitely got exposed. No passing touchdowns. I mean, T-Mac, he went for 11 and 138. But they had interceptions. Is Kansas State's defense just that stingy? They didn't give up no touchdowns after the first one. They're that stingy. I like seeing that. Dylan Edwards, punt return touchdown, big coming out the half. Really big game last night. It was actually really good. And then, again, I want to talk about that Colorado versus Colorado State game. That's a big game. I think that's going to be game of the night. As much as everybody hate on Coach Prime and hate on this Colorado team, hate on Shedeur, and I don't really see too many people hate on Travis. I think it's really hard to hate on somebody that is doing so well. But y'all hate on Shedeur, Shiloh, and I don't want to say Shiloh. It's mainly Shedeur and Prime because they're the faces of the program just about. You got the quarterback and you got the head coach. Y'all really hate on that team, and for what reason? What's the reason y'all hate this team? It's because Coach Prime did what he had to do. He had to, when y'all got to understand when, because a lot of arguments is, oh, he didn't deserve a coaching job, a head coaching job. He just skipped the line in front of everybody, because of his name. Sir, ladies, gentlemen, money gets you to a lot of places really fast. Okay, so he did the schooling that he had to do to get his degree or whatever the case may be, so he could become a coach. Okay, I don't know if you guys know this, but in order to be a coach in college football, even to really qualify for the NFL, you need some type of degree. Okay, they want to see that you have some type of degree. That's huge. And he did that within a matter. I think he did that who knows how long it took him to really do that, because he was coaching in high school, he was coaching Little League. You know what I'm saying? So who knows how long it really took him to do that, but it probably didn't take him long to do. He probably did that within a year to get his degree to do that. Probably did accelerated classes, whatever the case may be. Then you turn around a program at Jackson State. And he was there for a decent time. He was there for, 2 years? 2 years is a decent time for a head coach to flip a program around, do what you do for that program, and then, they build their own legacy after him. You bring a lot of attention and awareness to HBCUs. You bring millions and millions of, not millions of revenues, but you probably millions of revenue and a lot of views. It's, you know what I'm saying? Big games. Sorry, I'm twisting up my words. Championship game for HBCU went crazy. You know what I'm saying? Even though they lost, I feel bad. I'm really mad that they lost that game, but they lost. But still, I think that was one of the biggest games watched for HBCU football history. Then you transfer and you go to Colorado. Now, Florida State didn't want you. They didn't want you. They said they're gonna go get the other dude, right? Coach V. Then A&M, they didn't want you. They went in another direction as well. So you go to another program. It's a lesser program, but you know what you can do at this program. You know you can turn this program around. You could bring in big names. I think he probably would have brought in bigger names if he would have went to a bigger school, obviously, like Florida State or Texas A&M. But I think Colorado is a really good step for Prime, going from a HBCU school to a Power 5 school and turning a 1-11 program that's been 1-11 for how many years? into, a 4-8 program, and then we're building up. I think this year I don't see them winning or losing no more than like 4 more games if they could really clean it up. If they could really clean it up, I mean, they really do have a stretch to clean up, to work on over the next couple days, but I really don't see them losing too many more games if they clean it up with their schedule and how everybody else is losing these games. Like after seeing Arizona get curb stomped like that last night, I think they have. I like Colorado's chances versus them. Even though they couldn't stop the run, and that's not Colorado's strong suit, I think they'll find a way. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. I just think it's like y'all nitpick at stuff when it comes to that team, and it's really frustrating because y'all don't do this with no other team. Y'all don't do this with Oregon. Y'all don't do this with Ohio State. Y'all don't do this with Alabama. Y'all don't do this with A&M. Y'all don't do this with Florida State. Y'all don't do it with all the big schools, LSU. Y'all don't do it with none of them schools. You just focus on this school, and it's because y'all see them because they're finding ways to make these kids money by using media. Because y'all gonna watch it regardless. Y'all gonna watch. And the more people watch, the more views they get. The more views they get, the more money they bring in, right? So they're using that platform to bring in more money. They're showing y'all behind the scenes stuff, right? Because people like seeing that. People like seeing that. I like seeing what's going on at practice. And they're doing regular shit at practice. They talking to each other. They having a good time. They laughing. They're enjoying the game of football. And not everything has to be so serious. Like I be seeing comments like, "Oh, they not taking it serious. They always laughing." Da 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 da. Man, if you've played football, you know when it's time to be serious, and you know when it's time to when you got time to like talk, joke around, shit like that. You feel me? Not every moment has to be. You feel me like that? Not every moment has to be that. And then y'all talk about Shedeur doesn't take no accountability. Listen, man, everybody has a breaking point, and I think he kind of walked into an answer trap, a verbal trap, if you will, right? They asked him a question, and I think the emotions in him got the better of him, and I think he just said what he felt in that moment, right? And you can't, I mean, there's you got to be professional, whatever the case may be. You don't want to throw your teammates under the bus. I get that. But it's nothing that, to me, in my opinion, is nothing that he said on that podium that they're not telling them kids in the locker room. So I think, if anything, what they're telling them in the locker room is 100 times worse than what he said on the podium. But I really don't fault him for tripping up like that, because it was a big game. It's an emotional. It's a lot of emotions going into that game. It was a lot of emotions coming out. Being sacked that many times, having your first 2 drives end up. The first 2 drives really costed them the game, in my opinion. Though that's what really costed them the game. The first 2 drives, in my opinion, because you go 3 and out, and then you get backed up. Your defense comes up with a stop, and then you get backed up in your the defense scores. No, the offense scores. Then you get backed up, and you throw a pick 6, and now you got to fight for your life. Now you can't play the balance game. You got to throw the ball. And now these guys in Nebraska was playing man coverage the whole first half. Like, they was in their chest, face mask to face mask. Like, you not getting off this line, and we getting to your quarterback. By rushing 4, we locking everybody up. We drop it. We running man coverage, cover 1, locking everybody up, sending 4, dropping 1 dude in the hole, and that's it. Get open. Get the ball off. Get the ball off. That's what we doing. You feel me? So I just think that game got him caught up a little bit. And then to touch back on Coach Prime, I see a coach. I see a man who's learning as he goes when he's coaching. I think everything is a teaching lesson, is a teaching moment, right? At the end of the games, you got to review. I think, and it's for all coaches. All coaches learn, whether you blow a team out 63-0 or you lose, 27-28, or you lose 67-0. you're going to learn something about your team. You're going to learn something from that game, ways to improve. And I think with this new group that they have, because it's a new group, right? They brought in, I think, like 30 plus transfers. Okay, it's a new team. It's a new group. It's going to take time. You know what I'm saying? If we expect it to look all perfect, crisp, and clean, but it's not. It's not going to be that way. And not every team look like that. So, I just don't, like, but my point is like, you don't got to cut them any slack or anything like that because they're still a Power 4 school. But do understand that y'all are the only reason why y'all are focusing on them like that and y'all are talking about them like that is because of who they are. Nobody else gets that attention for some weird reason. Y'all don't do that with Dan Lanning. Y'all don't do that with Coach DeBoer. Y'all don't do that with all these. It's not like they're going on social media saying, "Oh, we about to smoke them. We about to be the best team." Da 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 da. They doing promotions. Yeah, we coming. We gonna be nice in a couple seasons. We coming. We here. We coming. Believe. Shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Just boosting your program up, drawing attention to your program, making the other kids that's like, oh shit, like this team could be cool. You feel me? Like that's how you build your brand. You gotta build your brand and y'all hating on that. That's weird to me. I don't like that the media does that. I don't like that journalism pushes that. I don't like how all these people like they make it like they turn it into a race thing. It's weird to me, man. It's really weird. But that's enough for college football for right now. We do have some kickoffs going on in 45 minutes, and I promise I'm gonna get y'all. I'm gonna get the stream over before then. But I do want to talk about the NFL. I want to move over to the NFL. And I was in a really good conversation the other day. Talk about like the best running backs, right? And I could pivot back to college football. We can talk about like the best college football running backs right now. I'll go like this: college football running backs, NFL current running backs, and then NFL all-time running backs. That's what I'll do. I'll do it like that. So current college football running backs, the best ones. I mean, you got Ollie Gordon out of Oklahoma State. You got Ashton Genty, who just proved to be one of the best running backs in the country from Boise State. Kid's a dog. You got Travion Henderson and Junkins from Ohio State. It's crazy that you got two of like top 5 running backs in the country on the same team. That's crazy. Trying to think who else. I feel like I'm sleeping on people, man. Damn, the list is so deep. You got the kid from USC. He's really good. You know what? I'll come back to college football next weekend. Or not next weekend. I'll come back to college football top 5 running backs tomorrow morning. That's what I'll come back to them tomorrow morning. Just so I can see one more week of everybody. And then I could fairly judge. Because there's so many good running backs right now, man. That's the glory about college football. Like, there's so many teams to watch, and there's so many people. It's so crazy. And only 1% of them make it to, not even 1% of them, less than 1% of them make it to the NFL. That's so crazy. All right, so let me start with my all-time. I'll start with my all-time list. Now, look at how I wrote this out. I feel like this is in order. Yeah. No, it's not in order. It's not a good order, I should say. It's just in order. Nah, it's not. It's not in order. But my top 5 of all time is Barry, Emmitt Smith, AP, LT, and then Walter Payton. That's my top 5 of all time. People are gonna go crazy. Oh, you didn't say his name. You didn't say that name. You didn't say his name. What they were saying for NFL, you can't say we done with the 90s. You can't say that for the NFL because I'm trying to tell you what they was doing in the 90s and the 80s. The kids today probably really a lot of players today probably wouldn't survive in those times, bro. Falk is a good one too. But I wanted to include LT And because what LT did, there's not too many running backs who won MVP and within like the last 20 years, 30 years. I don't think, let me see. I'm going to search it right now. Running backs that won MVP in the NFL. Let me see. Nope. So, there's only, and since 2000, there have only been 4 running backs that have won MVP. Only 4. Adrian Peterson, LT, Sean Alexander, Marshall Faulk. Those 4. Everybody else has been probably quarterback. Let me check Marshall Faulk's stats. Whoo. 12,000 yards. The 12,000 yard guy. Excuse me. Check LTs real quick. Yeah, I'm taking LT. LT is my guy. I got 3 people in the building, 2 people in the building, 4 people in the building, whatever it is. I don't know. My count's probably like it's fluctuating. Do me a favor. Let me take a quick ad break real quick. Do me a favor. Share the link. Sub to the channel. Y'all see my sub goal at the top right here. It's not going to change when you guys sub. I'll have to manually do it. And then... But yeah, I'm trying to, y'all see my goal. Y'all can't see. So y'all see, I'm trying to get to 1,047 days. I know I need to do some more work clipping my content and stuff like that and posting it so I can draw more attention. But for right now, y'all are here. Just share the stream, share the link to people who like talking football, who like talking basketball, who like talking sports. And we try and get this number to 1,000. To 1,000. Sub. Y'all don't even got to y'all could turn the notifications on if y'all would like to. So y'all know when I'm live. I'm live 4 times out the week. But sub. That's the main thing. Just sub. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see my lives pop up. That's it. Alright, back to our program. Current running backs in the NFL. Top 5. Now I have 6. And this one is in order. Okay? And at 5, it's like a 5A and a 5B because I really couldn't decide. And maybe y'all can help me decide. But the top three right now currently, CMC at 1, respectfully, even when he's not playing. Barkley at 2. That hasn't changed. And until somebody rushes for 2,000 yards and he is an active player, I'm not taking anybody over Derrick Henry. I'm sorry. Those are my top 3. As long as these 3 are still in the league and they playing good, those are my top 3. I'm not moving off of them. Nobody could change my mind. I know he didn't have a great season opener with the Ravens, but at the same time, he didn't really get too many touches to really, you feel me, to get like a good rhythm. But he did score in his opening drive with the Ravens. And until somebody, again, rushes for 2,000 yards, I'm not taking anybody over them. Okay? At 4, I got this young cat. I really like him. If he could stay healthy. That's it. I just need him to play a full season of football healthy. Breece Hall. That's my guy. I love Breece Hall. That's my 4th guy. And then Josh Jacobs at 5. Now, Josh Jacobs and Aaron Jones is a toss-up for me. Because you got Aaron Jones who can do literally everything. Josh Jacobs can do everything, but Aaron Jones catches out the backfield a little better to me. Just a little bit. But they're both consistent running backs. Josh Jacobs had a first start, a rocky start at first in the beginning of the season. In the beginning of his career at first, it was really like inconsistent. But then he had that breakout year where he led the league in rushing. And then you got Aaron Jones, who's just been a consistent guy. I don't understand why Green Bay didn't decide to pay him, but y'all decided to pay Josh Jacobs. I don't understand that. Did you get a bit of an upgrade? I guess you got like 2 power backs, and you got Josh Jacobs and AJ Dillon, but AJ Dillon's not there anymore. Like, well, he is, but he's out for the season with a neck injury. Kenneth Walker, Breece Hall, CMC, Travis, and Pacheco. I like Pacheco. I do like Pacheco. Travis Etienne, he's in the bottom of the top 10. Not bottom of the top 10. It's no disrespect to Trav. Trav is a really good running back, don't get me wrong. But Trav does seem to have a fumbling problem. He has a fumbling problem. He's lost a few fumbles. But I love Trav, though. I wish I would have drafted him on my fantasy because he's a consistent, like, 14 to 20 point game guy. They do rely on him a lot. I like Kenneth Walker as well, but to put him in my top 5 is a little bit of a stretch. Put Kenneth Walker in my top 5 is a little bit of a stretch. I got Barry, AP, Peyton, Jim Brown, and Edge. That's not a bad top 5 of all time. Edge, I love Edge. Edge is a really good running back. That Edge is one of my favorite running backs. Where am I putting AK? I haven't seen AK in a while, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you're out of sight and you're out of mind and these other cats are stepping up, I haven't, and I can't. If I go through my top 10 right now, we'll figure it out right now. Let's do it together. Let's do my top 10 together right now, okay? CMC, Barkley, Henry, Breece, Josh, Aaron Jones. That's 6 right there, right? You got damn, I guess you could put AK right there. Because you put AK. I want to say I'm really thinking really hard. Thank you. I don't know why I was. That's what I was thinking. I just couldn't think of his name. JT. I want to say Joe too, but nah, not Joe. Joe's outside. Joe's at like 11 to 12. Trav would be in there. Trav is at like 10. And Pacheco, I guess that would be a 10 right there. So CMC, Barkley, Henry, Breece, Josh Jacobs, Aaron Jones, JT. I'm gonna put JT before AK, then AK. Pacheco, Etienne. Mixon is right outside of that. Mixon is at like 11 to 13, between 11 to 13. I like Joe Mixon. I do like Joe Mixon, though. I like the game that he just put on last week, and he just showed everybody, reminded everybody who he was and stuff. JT could be in the top 5, too. You could argue JT at that 5 spot, maybe even that 4 spot for real, between him and Breece. I do like JT. I just need to see JT take off again. Like that rookie year, his rookie season and his second season, he took off, man. Like, oh my goodness, it was so good to see him run. Like, watching him run was crazy, dog. I didn't name Nick Chubb either. You see what I'm saying? Out of sight, out of mind. You see what I'm saying? But like, because he's not active right now. You see how like I completely forgot about Nick Chubb? And there's no disrespect to Nick Chubb, because if Nick Chubb was playing, he'd be in this top 5. But I'm thinking current top 5 players that's playing right now. And Chubb isn't on the field, so I don't want to really put him in a situation. You know what I'm saying? Because it'd be really discredited to the other backs. That's hypocritical to say with CMC, but we know CMC is going to be back within like the next 2 weeks. Chubb may not be back until like the end of the season, and we don't know what Chubb is going to look like. So I really hope that he does come back. You know what I'm saying? I hate for his career to really like plummet off of that injury, because he was really on his way to be like solidified number 1, arguably, and it wasn't, not even arguably, it was going to be like, this is the number 1 guy in the league, and it's him. I think CMC works so well in that offense. There's so many other weapons to worry about that, like, CMC is just like, he gets all the good opportunities and stuff. CMC, JT, Hall, Walker, Pacheco, Barkley, AK, Josh Jacobs, Henry, James Cook. I would assume you're talking about James Cook. If James Cook can keep getting the opportunities that he got like he did on Thursday, I have no problem with that. I do like James Cook. I'm mad that Dalvin Cook is getting treated the way he's getting treated. Like, him and Derrick Henry weren't going neck for neck, touchdown for touchdown, game for game. You know what I'm saying? Like, they was right there. When Derrick Henry went on that crazy run, he went for like 2,000 yards. That first time he went for 2,000 yards, you know who was right behind him? Dalvin Cook. I think Henry had the yards. Dalvin Cook had the touchdowns. I'm really mad that Dalvin Cook doesn't get the love that he deserves, man. It's so disrespectful about Dalvin, bro. It is really disrespectful about Dalvin. And it's sad to see. Let me look at these matchups, though. Speaking of matchups, let me speak of these matchups. What do we think about this? Like, and going into what are we in? Week 2? Going into the week 2 for Sunday football. How are we feeling about our teams? Let me see. Why the hell is NFL not popping up? Well, before I get to that, we have a really big fight tonight. O'Malley versus Delivishi. I can't say his last name. I was struggling to say it earlier today and yesterday. I was trying to practice it, but this is a huge fight, bro. Like, I'm not really into UFC like this, but this fight is huge because I know Sean O'Malley through because he reminds me of Conor McGregor. And then I know the other guy because he has a whole bunch of like lumps in his ears and stuff from fighting for so long. He got the little keloids and stuff in his ears. This fight is huge. I'm going to be watching this fight tonight. Who y'all got in that fight tonight? I don't really watch UFC, so I'm going to try my best to educate myself on this and really, learn the fighters and stuff. But I really want to get into it because this fight is going to be big. I'm going to watch this fight tonight with the guys. But just wanted because it popped up on my phone. I just wanted to talk about that real quick. Okay, NFL. Let's talk about it. Back to NFL. You said 2 good points. You think Jets can go 0-2 and Pats could be 2-0. All right, let's see who the Jets played. Jets play the Titans. I don't think they lose to the Titans, dog. Did you see how the Titans just lost the other last weekend? They lost to straight defensive touchdowns. Their quarterback put up 92. Bears quarterback put up 92 yards, passing yards, and y'all still lost. They had a total. I think they had a total of like 180 yards of offense, and you still lost. The Titans is a young, good team. Don't get me wrong. That's they got vets over there. Actually, never mind. They got vets and they got a young quarterback. That's what it is. But I really don't see. Nah, the Jets are gonna curb stomp them. I think Aaron. I think Breece and Braylon. We're gonna see a lot of Breece and Braylon. If Nathaniel Hackett can stop trying to make it a Aaron Rodgers show. If they can stop trying to make it an Aaron Rodgers show and focus on probably the best running back duo in all of NFL right now, okay? This is probably one of the best running back duos in all of NFL. Braylon and Breece, you got Breece, who he's a bruiser. He can run you over. He can get shifty with you. You know what I'm saying? Then you got Braylon, who is a young, light-skinned Derrick Henry with a short haircut. He's a light-skinned Derrick Henry. I don't know if y'all know how big Braylon Allen is, but that motherfucker, he is huge. I didn't even know how big he was until I went to go look. I'm just gonna read you guys. I'm just gonna search him up and read you guys. At running back, he's 6'1", 235. And I think he ran like a 4.4, 4.3-ish in his pro day. The kid is a monster. This is a monster. You want to talk about monster? This is a monster, bro. Like, and he doesn't, on the field, he doesn't look like he's 6'1". He looks like he's 6'3" on the field. He looks huge. This dude is fucking solid. And he's only 20 years old. So this is where it gets conflicting for the Jets, right? In the future, you got these two running backs. You know Breece's contract is coming up. You know you got to pay Breece coming up. You either got to extend him or you got to, re-sign him. Do you, the way they've been treating the running backs in the last 3-4 years, do you re-sign him or do you move on, you tag him, you can either tag him or you move on and Braylon is your number one? I think that's what the Jets' problem that they're going to run into next season. But if they could stop focusing, like I think this is why they're not only, there's there's multiple reasons why they're making it the Aaron Rodgers show. One, because if you focus on if you focus on Breece, who can arguably be the best running back if you give him the opportunities in the league, you're gonna have to pay him, right? Because he's gonna put up crazy numbers in that offense. He's gonna go stupid. Or you keep focusing on making it an Aaron Rodgers show. You kind of debunk Hall a little bit, and you make it to where when you get to the negotiations, it's like you didn't put up these numbers, those numbers, and that numbers compared to X, Y, and Z, and we got a younger guy who's right behind you, and he put up damn near same amount of numbers, whatever the case may be, right? Cool. I think the Jets, that team, as good as that roster is, I think that team is probably going to be one of the most what-if teams. What this team feels like to me? This team feels like to me like the Brooklyn Nets when they got Kyrie, Harden, and KD. It's like a big what-if. What if they would have played together? Or what if, you know what I'm saying? This is what it feels. This is what it feels like for me. Yeah, and that's the thing. He was a second-round draft pick, so he has to get his contract next year. He has to get a new contract next year. So I just feel like they got a younger guy behind Hall who they don't have to pay for another few years, and they're gonna, their cap next year is gonna blow up because you got to pay Garrett next year. I think Garrett's contract is coming up next year. Yeah, Garrett's contract is coming up next year. And you got free agents and stuff like that. You don't want to pay Hassan Reddick because his cap next year is going to hit crazy. And he doesn't even have an offer on the table yet. You feel me? You got other stars. Sauce has got to get paid next year. Damn. I think CJ Mosley's contract is coming up in the next couple years. Quentin already got paid. Somebody's not getting paid next year, man. Somebody's either going to get franchise tagged. Somebody's not getting a contract next year, man. Somebody's not getting a contract next year. And that team has to truly be convinced, like, can we, because Aaron will be 40. Do you draft another quarterback after this season? And if you do, where do you draft at? Like, do you draft in the first? Can you draft in the first to keep the momentum going with this roster? Or do you know what I'm saying? Do you feel like you could find a hidden gem? You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody has to be doing their job really well. I think that Jets team, I got to see them. I think they go 1-1. I think they beat the Titans. I think the Titans aren't a really good enough team. I think they looked really nice versus a brand new Bears team. You got to remember that Bears team all around is brand new. Everybody on that offense, brand new. There's only one person outside of the O-line. I think there's only one person that's a second-year player on, or not a second year, but like a third or fourth-year player on that offense, and that's Cole Kmet. Ow, fuck. Sorry, y'all. You said Sauce is overrated? How is Sauce overrated? How is Sauce overrated? Sauce is a top 3 corner in the league, if not number 2, behind Pat. Sauce is a dog. Y'all can't be mad at how dogs work, man. Like a dog, you got it. The way that the NFL is making the rules so that it benefits the offense, defenses have to find a way to win. Whether you got to find a way to get away with a tug, you got to find a way to get away with. Tariq Woolen is not better than him. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. You thinking, stop it. Not even in Madden is Tariq Woolen better than Sauce. Stop it, man. Stop it. 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 No, sir. No, sir. Absolutely not. Nah. I don't even. Is Tariq Woolen a top 10 corner in the league? And there's no disrespect. I really like Tariq. I like Tariq Woolen. I really do. But is he even the best corner on his team? Because he's not. Lil Spoon is better than Tariq Woolen, in my opinion. Tariq Woolen is the second best corner on his team. So if you're the second best corner of your team, you can't even be better than the number 1 guy on another team. Come on now, man. Stop it. No, he is not. Bro. I don't know if you know Robert Saleh's defense all too well, but Robert Saleh is a cover 2 or a man 2 type of guy. Okay? I don't know if you remember what he was doing in San Fran, but it was a whole lot of man. And right now in New York, it's a whole lot of man coverage. It's a whole lot of man coverage. It's either cover 2 or man 2. That's the only things those dudes run over there, because they have the guys to keep up with the back end speed, and they got a really good D-line, so you don't have to run anything else. Those guys are. Now, their base might be like a zone, but they run a shit ton of man over there because they have the corners to do it. They have 2 corners that can go with not anybody, but they have 2 corners that I'm sure that they feel very confident that they could go with any wide receiver core in the league. Guarantee you, I could bet my last dollar that's exactly how they feel with that secondary, because that secondary is actually really good. That's probably one of the better secondaries in the league. And we just seen Brock Purdy cut them up. And they was running a whole lot of man then. And that's why they was getting beat on them run games like that, because they're running a whole lot of man. Everybody's back is to the line of scrimmage. Nobody's looking at the line. That's exactly why they was getting beat up the last weekend. Because they was running a whole lot of man. They didn't believe that their wide receivers were better than their corners. And Brock Purdy was cutting them up. Nah. Sauce is top 2. The Sauce is top 2. And it hurts me to say, because my favorite corner in the league is starting to fall off a little bit. Because I grew up watching him. But the Sauce is top 2. Sauce is top 2. Absolutely. I'm going to stick with that. We got PS2, Sauce. And then I don't give a damn about the order after that, honestly. Because the way the NFL is, it's just like, you got PS2, Sauce, Diggs, the Warden. You still got J Rams. That's my favorite, J Ram. You got Witherspoon, came in the league, locking shit up, dog. You got, trying to move around the league. Jair Alexander. Still got Marlowe. Trying to move around the league a little bit. You got Travarius Ward. You got Trent McDuffie. You got who's the cat from Kansas City? He just went to L'Jarius Sneed. Come the hell on. He's not better than. Come on, Monty. I named 12 guys better than Tariq Woolen. Like, what? Like, what? I just named 12 guys better than Tariq Woolen. Stop it. Stop it. I just named 12 guys better than him. You got Deron Bland. You still got Gilly Lock. He's falling off, but you got Gilly Lock. You got Christian Gonzalez. I didn't even name Christian Gonzalez, who's creeping into my top 10. You got, who else do you have? Let's see. Texans, dude. Derek Stingley. What do you mean he's not on a pretty team? Dog, the Seahawks probably have one of the best overall constructed No. Let me correct myself. The Seahawks will have, by the end of the season, one of the best defenses in the league. By the end of the season. By the end of the season, they will be one of the best defenses in the league. And I stand strongly firm on that. If I'm wrong, we could clip this and post it and say that I was wrong. But I fully believe that defense will be a top 7 defense in the league by the end of the season. I don't want to say top 5, because I think top 5 is going to stay the same for the rest of the year, which is San Fran, Ravens, Kansas City, Jets, Cowboys. I think, oh, damn. I didn't even mention the Browns or the Steelers. Shit. Okay, maybe top 10. They'll be top 10. Seahawks will be top 10 for sure. Damn. A lot of good defenses. I just wish the game leaned, I wish the game was more balanced. I wish the game wasn't so like, oh, I want to see the offense all the time. Because I love defense. I really do. Defense for the game. Woolen had I think Woolen's rookie year, he came in and he got I think he had 6 interceptions. But you have to think about it. When you're the number 1 shutdown corner and teams are afraid to throw it to you, you're not going to have them stats. Think about it like this. The greatest corner of all time, in my opinion, Deion Sanders. Okay, prime. Greatest, the greatest athlete. I'm going to say prime is the GOAT athlete of all time. There is no athlete that we will never see. Well, no, we see in Travis Hunter right now. But I don't think we'll ever see another Deion Sanders, okay? Until, Travis has a lot of big shoes to fill, but I don't think we'll ever see another Deion Sanders. If teams would have threw it to Deion's side more, Deion would probably have double, triple the interceptions that he has right now. Teams did not throw to Deion's side. They did not throw to Deion's side. And you can see the numbers declining of pass breakups, times attempted, shit like that, because they started throwing to his side less. When you are a shutdown corner and you don't have a lot of numbers, a lot of stats, a lot of pass breakups, to me, and I know you're following the number 1, to me, that's good. When I see that their number 1 has 4 catches for 10, not even, 4 catches for 30 yards, that's good. Because for 4 quarters, you only caught 4 balls and you only got 30 to 40 yards. And we're in an air raid, we're in a quarterback league, a wide receiver league. And the game is all about throwing the ball now. Yeah. Revis too. Revis wasn't getting the ball thrown to him. That's why guys like that him, Champ Bailey, Revis, Prime, Woodson, you know what I'm saying? All their picks, all their early interceptions, they came early in their career. Super early in their career. And then you could just see it decline because teams is like, I'm not throwing it to that guy over there no more. The hell, are y'all crazy? This ball's going the other way. If I throw it over there, I'm better off just handing them the ball if I just throw it that way. You feel me? I don't know how we got distracted. I'll figure that out later. But back to the NFL, some games that I want to touch on that I'm gonna talk about again tomorrow morning. Cap, no, he did not. No, he did not. You're living off of highlights. I want to watch. There's some 1 o'clock games that I want to talk about that I think are going to be really good to watch for tomorrow, and I'm gonna talk about them tomorrow morning too. But I'm just gonna put y'all on to some good games to watch. I don't think the Ravens and Raiders game is going to be a good. I think that's going to be a one-sided game. Yo, I'm about to start pushing Davante Adams to Baltimore. By the way, that's what we need to start pushing. Hashtag Davante Adams to Baltimore. Drop it in the comments. Hashtag Davante Adams to Baltimore. Baltimore, you need to go get you another wide receiver, and it needs to be Davante Adams. I'm just saying. Let's see. Good 1 o'clock games. Cowboys versus Saints. And you know what's crazy? Two shitty teams sometimes make a really good game. I think two really bad teams sometimes make a really good game. And the teams I'm about to say is the Giants versus Commanders. I think this game is going to be actually really good compared. I think this game is going to be a lot closer than what I'm thinking it is. Washington is favored by 1.5. The spread is 1.5. Giants money line plus 105. Yeah, I like this Giants versus Commanders game. Monty, I'm not about to start with you. Bucks versus Lions. That's gonna be a really good game too. If Baker could come out of this game 2-0, that's a really good game. Colts versus Packers. I'm not really interested in that game because what's the name isn't playing. Jordan Love isn't playing, but I want to see JT and AR go crazy though. Rams versus Cardinals, not a really good game. Broncos versus Steelers, also not a really good game. Bengals versus Chiefs. I like that game. And then Bears versus Texans. I like that game. Oh, that's the primetime game for Sunday. Ooh, we got a good slate of games, bro. Cool. Good luck to your son, man. Shout out to nephew soccer game, man. Tell nephew we said what's up over here at Volume It Takes. I will catch y'all because I'm about to end the stream actually and get ready for these games at 12 o'clock. I'm going to catch y'all. I appreciate everybody for coming through. Sub to the channel. Listen, what is it? Today is the 14th. Like, comment, subscribe. Y'all know the 3 trios, man. Turn the notifications on so you know when I'm going live. And y'all can come in the chat, say what's up. We about to be big. So if you here now, you're going to be remembered when there's 1,000 people in this chat, 2,000 people in this chat. You going to be remembered. Your comments going to be pinned. You know what I'm saying? Coming up soon, we got some guests coming on to the show next week. So be there for that. I got some good segments. I got who needs to be in jail again on Tuesday. And we're going to go from there. All right. I appreciate everybody. Everybody have a good day. And let's get this football ready.
3, 2, 1. We have a liftoff.